before I started the actual call, I was saying that I work with so many women. And I'm telling you guys, like, I want you guys to pretend like I'm pulling back the curtain, like behind the scenes. Like, I know you guys see me on YouTube, you see me on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you guys see and experience me. I want to pull back the curtain tonight to let you guys know that I work with a lot of people. And the common theme amongst the people that I work with, I don't care what background they are, if what college degree they have, what school they went to, what part of the world they live in, what country they live in, it all really boils down to how you see yourself. Like, really, how do you see yourself, and getting clear about your goals and getting clear about your belief system and making sure that your words are in alignment with where you see yourself going, and not just your words but your actions are in alignment with where you see yourself going, and not just your actions but also how you're managing what you currently have. You know, scripture tells us that I will make you ruler over many things, like be faithful over a few things, and then I'll make you ruler over many things. And what, like I said, one of the reasons, or one of the things, that the common theme is that people are just standing in their own way, and they despise the days of small beginnings. Scripture tells us, do not despise the days of small beginnings. And so I work with a lot of coaches who tell me, well, I only had, a few people call into my call, or I only had a few people join my lives. And that holds a lot of people back. And I just wanted to hold and create this space tonight for somebody, if you feel it in your spirit, to come forth and just to get clear on what's really holding you back. Like, what's really holding you back in 2021? And I don't want to say this to scare you, if somebody's saying, okay, I'm going to come on and then here I'm getting ready to say this, but I really honestly want to know, in 2021, what excuse are you allowing to hold you back from sharing your story, from packaging yourself, branding yourself as a coach, and getting out here into the marketplace and really, really helping people? So if that resonates with anybody, if anybody wants to come on with me live, press *6. So if you are ready to be honest with yourself tonight and do it in an atmosphere that is conducive, that is non-judgmental, that is supportive, and you get to talk to somebody who's doing what it is, hopefully, that you want to do yourself. So if there is anybody, press *6. I just got a couple questions for you. Press *6 to unmute yourself. And if we do not have any volunteers, I will share my points tonight. But I really hope we got a volunteer out there. If you have never joined my live before or called in, I would really like to hear from you. Press *6, and I'll wait a couple seconds. I know people are shy. People need to take their time and say, me, Lord, if she say it one more time, then I'll press *6. Who is this? Hello?
This is Lisa. Can you hear me?
Hey, Lisa. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I can hear you. Thank you for coming forth. I appreciate you tonight, Lisa. So tell me, Lisa, before we actually started the recording, you mentioned that you had been connected to me about 5 months. Was that your introduction to life coaching, or was that this was just you just getting a little bit more information to see if this is something for you?
I've already went through a class to be a certified life coach.
Oh,
and
awesome!
I found you on YouTube. I was searching on ideas to create content, because I had no idea how to create content. And I found you on YouTube, and you just hooked me in from one video. I think I binge watched YouTube like that entire day.
Wow, that is awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. So you found me on YouTube. So, okay, so you have already gone through your certification process. So what step are you in now in your business?
I need to be like actually taking in clients. I have 2 clients, but
Mhm.
I have not been able to get past those 2. I've done consultations with people, and I'm not getting people to sign.
How did you get those 2 that you do have?
One of them was someone that I was kind of already talking to before I went through my certification program,
Mhm.
and then she ended up signing up with me. And then the second person, she felt like at first she didn't understand what coaching was, didn't really believe in it, and she was willing to like, oh, I'll give it a try. And she tried it. We only coached for about 6 sessions though, for like 6 weeks.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. And so what have you been doing as far as marketing is concerned?
I have not been consistent with it, but I have been doing lives on my Facebook page. I'm thinking of switching over to Instagram. Um,
Okay.
but I have been doing lives on my Facebook page, connecting with people. If I see people in need, I've connected with people through Messenger, offered to do a free consultation with them. Some passed, and then the ones that said yes, we did the consultation. But then I'm running into the I can't afford it issue,
Yep. Mhm.
and
Mhm.
it has me really discouraged. So now it's like I've
Mm.
started questioning myself.
Yep.
Can I really help people? Like, or do people really believe enough in me that I could help them, or am I not communicating that well that they feel like they don't want to pay for help, or they don't want to invest in themselves to get help?
This is good. This is good. And so, Lisa, when you say that you go live on Facebook but you're not consistent, do you mean you're not consistent with doing your videos as well or just overall?
Overall.
Okay, overall. Okay, so you want me to state the obvious first? Do you want me to say the obvious first? In order
Yeah, I can
to
handle the fire. Go ahead.
Yeah, in order to get consistent clients, we have to be consistent. We really do. Like that is not just a saying. Like I remember, oh gosh, I wish you guys could feel me. I remember when I first started, there was this coach that I used to buy from, purchase from, listen to, loved her to pieces. And she used to always say, if you want consistent clients, you have to be consistent in your marketing. She said, you'll have a feast or famine if you don't. And it's so true. Now that I'm running my business full time, it is so true. Like you have to have a consistent marketing plan. Just imagine, Lisa, if Target didn't have a marketing strategy in place. They wouldn't do that. They would not do that. So it's imperative for you to have a marketing strategy on the back end. The second thing that I want to ask you, I know you mentioned that you go live on Facebook. Have you taught any classes like this class that you're in right now, like official classes?
No.
Okay, are you on YouTube?
I started, but I got scared and kind of backed away.
Yep. And what was the fear?
Um, Honestly, I think just the confidence. There's a big confidence thing with that. I mean, I don't, and I think this is possibly the reason why I haven't been staying consistent with doing lives on Facebook either. Is there
Mhm.
is some confidence issues. Like when I start talking, I start tripping over my words, and then everything in my mind gets really scrambled, and then I feel like I'm not my delivery is all over the place.
So let me ask you this, Lisa. Is it now to hear me out?
Okay.
Is it confidence or is it experience? Because it takes confidence to get on the camera, and you're getting on the camera. So is it really the confidence that has you tripping over your words and kind of got things all jumbled up, or is it experience?
Well, now
Lack
that
of
you put it
experience.
that way, I would probably the experience.
Yep, absolutely. And so when you see it like that, the best way to get better is to keep doing it.
Okay.
I doubt that you lack the confidence. I mean, you're talking to me right now. I've never talked to you before. You said this your second time calling in, I think you said.
I did call in last week. I was the one that messaged you and we couldn't hear you.
Ah, okay. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Yes, 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 yes. Yep, yep. So yes, so so look at it as I just need to keep doing this. It's not your confidence. Because if you tell yourself it's confidence, you're going to think that you're missing something. I need to go take another class or I need to go take another course. If you don't realize what it really is, and it's just the experience. I'm sure a little bit of confidence too, right? However, the with experience, the confidence builds, and so does your communication through the camera. When I first started, I mean, I still be all over the place. You said you've been connected to me for 5 months. Well, welcome. You just got here. I have been fumbling over my words since I got on the internet, but through experience, through me keep going, it gets better. So with that being said, with it being more so experience than confidence, if you look at it like that, do you think that way, then you can create a marketing plan and stick to it? Because here's the thing, and this is something that a lot of new coaches do. Just like you mentioned, you will be on the internet and you'll see people making comments and you can sense that they could use some assistance. And then so you slide into their DM and you let them know what who you are, what you can do for them or whatever, or just whatever, even offer them assistance. The what you have to do as a coach is you have to create a need for people. You have to create a need in the marketplace. You have to. What is your who do you focus on, Lisa? What is your niche? What do you help people do?
I focus on Christian women
Uh
and
huh.
helping them to rely on their faith to get them through the hardships in their life.
So you help women build their faith. So almost like a faith coach.
Yes,
You
yes.
help people.
I like
Okay.
to say I'm the faith and lifestyle coach, not necessarily the life coach.
Oh, faith and lifestyle. Okay, I like that. So faith and lifestyle. And so by you being faith and lifestyle, there's a lot of content that you can create under that umbrella. Especially for your faith and for lifestyle, sharing tips, that you incorporate into your day-to-day life, as a lifestyle coach, helping women to understand how you build your relationship with God and teaching them to do the same, and through that, they will build a connection through you. That by you giving them that content, that's going to make them feel like I need to work with her. One of the first things that you said to me is that you started binge watching my videos.
Mhm.
What if I didn't have videos? You probably
Oh
wouldn't be
wow.
on this call.
No, I wouldn't be.
Yep. Because that was actually my funnel to get you here to this call. And so when you create value, create value and create a need. Start teaching classes, start being consistent. Don't think about the fact that, and I often tell my coaches that if you don't know how to sell, stay away from consultation calls. If you don't know how to sell, do not do consultation calls because most of the calls will end like, okay, well, if this sounds good for you, let me know if you want to work with me, and send me an email, let me know, or talk to your husband, let me know if if this is the next move that you want to make. That is not how you get somebody to buy. You have to be confident, you have to be secure, you have to be able to get to the point. You have to be able to not, you want to help that person during a consultation, but a lot of times coaches will solve all of that person's problem in that consultation, and then they don't feel the need to work with you because you done gave them everything during the consultation. So there is a way to give just a little bit, but also offer the rest of it on the paid side. And that comes through training, number one, but it also comes with experience. So right now, I would highly suggest you working on yourself, Lisa, your own personal development so that you can get to that point where you fully believe this, so then you can be consistent. Because when you start to be consistent, so just like this, I'll say this and then I'll ask you another question. when you contacted those people, right? Say when you slid into their DM and said that you can help them. What if then they went to your social media to go find some things or to go see more about who you are, and by you on the back end not really believing that people are going to pay for this because you've been, people have said they can't afford it, and so you've had those experiences, so you're not creating. You're not creating, and so they don't have any content to then look at you, look further, and say, "Oh my goodness, I really want to work with this girl." Does that make sense to you, Lisa?
Yeah. Wow. Yes. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So my next question to you is, what do you think your next best step could be?
Pick a day and time to start teaching classes.
I love it. I love it. There you have it. There you have it. And can I tell you this? That is how I filled my coaching practice, by teaching classes, by doing exactly what I'm doing right now. Just showing up, giving value every single week. When you think about, Oprah Winfrey, she came on every single day. Yala Van Zant, they come on and they give value. You are a content creator now, Lisa. You have to almost operate as a machine. It's now time for you to produce content, and guess what, Lisa? You got to produce content whether you're getting paid for it or not. You got to produce content whether people are watching or not, because if you signed up for this life, then you got to be it, produce it, and the results will eventually come if you don't give up. I promise you, they're going to come if you don't give up. But you have to be willing to stay in there and do it no matter what.
Okay, I'm going to do this, definitely.
Good for you. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you. I appreciate you, Lisa. Do you have any questions before you meet yourself back out?
No, actually I don't, because I was going to ask about, how to structure the class, but I did purchase the last package that you were selling. I can't remember the name of it, but I purchased
I Believe in You package?
Yes, yep, and
yes.
I know that there's a training in there about teaching classes, so I'm going to...
Oh, yes it is. How to teach your first paid class. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Good for you. Yes, I love it, Lisa. Good for you. Awesome.
Thank you so much for helping me. I
really
appreciate it.
You're welcome. You are so welcome. Thank you for calling in. Thank you. And for anybody that's here with us live, if you guys are getting anything out of tonight's call, I would highly appreciate it if you guys would go over to my last Instagram post and let me know one or two things that you guys were able to take away from tonight's call. And I'm going to quickly go down my 5 points that I want to share with you guys. So if you guys have your pen and your favorite journal, I'm going to give you guys 5 points. And I've shared these 5 points with you guys before, but if you guys heard it, I want you guys to act like you ain't never heard it before, okay? Just act like you've never heard this before. And I really want you guys to get these 5 points, write them down, put them somewhere you're going to see them every single day, because this is literally, these 5 points is how I govern my entire life. And whenever I'm feeling stuck, I can go and think, what step am I on? What point out of these 5 do I need to focus on? Where am I out of alignment? So if you have your pen and your journal, I want you to write this down. Number 1, in order to create a breakthrough in your life, number 1 is that you have to have a vision. What is the vision? What do you see? What is it? Get clarity. And it can't just be, I just want to earn more money in my business. Well, you could get a sale tomorrow and it's $27 more than you made today, right? What is more money? Be really, really specific and be really clear. And if you don't have the clarity, you guys, if you don't have the clarity for your business, if you don't know which direction to go in, and you sit there every single day confused and not knowing which should you post, what should you do a video, what should you do, Ask, you guys, ask. Ask God. If you believe that God gave you this business, ask. God, help me with my vision. How do you want this business to run? You gave this to me. Remove me out the way because, Lord, you see how I'm down here doing stuff. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm asking for your divine help. That's number one. Ask for a vision for yourself and for your business. You cannot go anywhere without a vision. You will have idle time. You will sit at that job for 10 more years if you don't create a vision. I promise you, you'll sit at that job for 15 more years if you don't create a vision. Number two, when God shows you the vision, when he shows you the vision, because if you don't have a vision, remember, you're going to ask God for your vision. When he shows it to you, number two, believe it. Believe it's for you. Don't just believe it for somebody that you see on TV because what you do is similar to somebody that you see on TV, or what you do is similar to what all these other life coaches do. Believe that it is for you too. This is crucial, you guys. So many people, including myself, okay, when I knew that God was calling me to do what I'm doing now, it took me so long to actually believe it. And sometimes when I think about that, sometimes I just want to kick myself in the butt, like, girl, why were you standing in your own way? Oh, okay. I know why you were standing in your own way, so you could relate to your audience, so you could tell them, listen, I know the feeling, but you got to get out of your own way and really believe that this is what God called you to do, and really thinking about, like, the evidence that you have. I know a lot of times we want to go off of our feelings. Why I don't feel smart enough, or I don't feel like God is calling me to this. Well, look at the results in your life. I know who I'm talking to on this phone, and I know that you guys, if you are natural born life coaches, you guys can't go anywhere without somebody coming up to you and telling you their entire life story. You just trying to go into the grocery store, get your eggs, your milk, and your bread, and go back home, and this lady is sitting here telling you how her husband left her and she doesn't know what she's going to do now as a single mom. And here you are ministering to this woman. Believe it. Look at the evidence. Your friends call you, your family members call you, co-workers call you, old classmates message you on Facebook. You the last one that's to believe it. And I know it because I was there. Everybody else around me saw the gift in me. I was the last one to see it and believe it. So the second point is to believe it. The third point, once you believe it, once you have your vision, you see it, you believe it, now it's time to become the word police, okay? It is time to become the word police out over your mouth, because you can talk yourself out of your belief, and you can talk yourself out of the vision that God showed you. You have to make sure that your words are conducive to where you see yourself going. I cannot stress this enough. Your words are going to go forth out of your mouth and start creating your reality. Don't believe me? Wake up tomorrow morning and say, oh my gosh, I hate my life. Today is going to suck. And you're going to get exactly what you said. No matter what good shows up, you won't even see it because your words already created your reality. You won't even see it. So make sure that you are speaking, that your words are conducive to where you see yourself going. Number 4, the fourth thing is to make sure that your actions, y'all, faith without works is, we already know, okay? It is dead. Kill it. It'll make you frustrated. It'll eventually make you jealous of other people that are actually taking action, and they may not be as educated as you. They may not can conjugate their sentences or verbs like you, and here they are running a whole successful business because they just had the courage to just do it. So any time in your life when you're feeling stuck, you can literally say to yourself, what am I seeing? What is my vision? What am I believing? What words have been coming out of my mouth? And what have I been doing, or what have I not been doing? Now, when you guys do these 4 things, when you get your vision, You start believing it. You start speaking in that direction, and you start taking action in that direction. You are going to manifest some fruit. There is going to be something that comes out of your vision, you believing it, you speaking it, and you doing it. And the fifth and final point is to manage it. Like I said, the scripture tells us that if you are faithful over a few things, I will make you ruler over many. This, I believe, in these 5 steps so much. This is 100% why I went out of business in my store. Many of you guys know that I had a store. I used to own a physical boutique here in Baltimore, Maryland. I saw myself in that store. Listen, I saw myself 2 years before I opened that store. I saw it. I believed it. I spoke it, and I took action, and I manifested it, but I didn't manage it. I didn't manage it. I had all the other points except for the managing. I was paying my bills late. I was paying vendors late. I didn't know what bill was coming up, what vendor was supposed to get paid. I mean, I managed nothing well in that store, okay? However, I'm so grateful for that experience because now I'm in another business and I'm able to correct what I didn't do the first time. So listen, y'all, I know we just went a little bit over, and I think everybody is muted out. I'm actually going to unmute the call. But that's what I have for you guys tonight in the classroom. I appreciate you guys for calling in. I'm actually going to open up and see if there are any questions. But before I do that, I just want to reiterate what I said, just in case somebody called in at the last during the last couple minutes. The 5 things that I want you guys, 5 ways that you guys can create a breakthrough in your life. Get a vision. If you don't know your vision, if you don't know what you're doing from day to day, ask God. So you need to have a vision. That's number 1. Number 2, you need to believe in that vision. Once you believe in that vision, and even before you believe it, guys, once you get it, if you need help with step 2, start speaking it, right? Sometimes we got to speak those things. We got to call those things that are not as if they are. So if you don't believe it yet, but you see it, start speaking it, and I promise you, your belief will eventually catch up. When you start speaking it, it's inevitable. Your feet are going to start moving, and when your feet start moving, you're going to get some fruit. And when your fruit starts to bloom on your tree, you're going to have to manage it. And if you don't, you're going to be having a whole testimony just like mine, talking about, yes, I had this successful business, but I went out of business because I didn't manage it well. So I want to prepare you guys and hope that you guys don't make my same mistakes. I'm going to go ahead and unmute this call. Hang on for me 1 second. All right, you guys, we are all unmuted. Any questions, comments, concerns before we end tonight? Questions, comments, concerns before we end tonight?
Hi, Angel. This is Nora.
Hey, Nora. Hey, lady.
How are you?
Very good. Thank you.
I have a question. I have a big issue. That is that this has happened so many times. I buy a program or I buy a class or something. I invest the money. I get really excited. And then I feel really overwhelmed and I disappear for some time. And I know theoretically, I know that I just need to take action. I understand that. But I keep having the same issue over and over and over again. I'm concerned. I want to be a good steward of my money to start with, so I don't want to waste my money if I'm not rich. I don't have all the money in the world to keep just spending it and then not taking advantage of it. But it's just more than that. It's just sometimes I think, oh my God, I don't know how to get myself to just be consistent and stick to things till the end. I just feel a little overwhelmed or a little too. It's a little too much. And then I feel like I need a break, and I take a break, and it becomes a long break. And before I know it, I feel a little discouraged. So I just feel like I'm not being a good manager of what I have and the blessings that I have. Really, this is my 2nd month in your in your program. I've been in your program in the past a very long time ago, and like at the beginning, like at the end, I think it was the end of April or something like that. I stopped checking and going in the meetings and doing things, and I'm thinking, oh my God, again, I'm doing exactly the same thing.
Mhm.
Do you have any advice for me?
So, let me ask you this: when you have that overwhelming feeling and feeling that I need a break at work, what do you do?
At my job, well,
Mhm.
if I take a break, it's got to be a mini break, and then I don't have the choice. I have to go back to it. But part of the overwhelm is like the so many different directions in which I can go that it's there. Like sometimes I just wish things were linear, and then I just have a series of steps, and that I would just follow them, and that's it.
Mhm.
But
and here's the thing. Here's the thing. It is like that. As an entrepreneur, you have to create that. If you don't create that, you're going to be all over the place.
No, that's exactly what's happening. So nothing is happening in reality. Because when that happens, when I feel that way, then I do nothing. I really do nothing, even though I have the potential to do so much and have so many resources at hand.
And also, too, Nor, you have to understand that you've made this business an option for you. That's why you can get overwhelmed and take a break, because this is an option for you. Until it's not an option, you will be on this hamster wheel. It really is that simple, and I don't have any tips for that, because it comes down to, do you really want it?
I know.
I wish I had a tip. I wish.
Oh boy, it's so frustrating in reality.
It can be. It can be.
I'm so fortunate that I can do the things that I can do, that I have available to myself. Right now, I have a coach because I have certain goals for this year. And so there are certain goals that I have been pretty consistent with. But then there's other stuff, and it's more like anything that has to do with the creating the content and the business and that stuff. That's the part that suffers the most.
Does it seem, when you say, or when you're talking about the creative side, do you start and stop because you're not getting the reaction that you want, or you're not getting the traction that you want, so then you kind of feel like what you're doing is not working, so why do it?
I think it's a combination of things. Like, just to give you an example, like I had a week or two that I was posting on TikTok, right?
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, I felt like I was burning out, and so I stopped. I took a break, and then it's like hard to go back to it. So it happens with everything. I have a podcast that I haven't touched now in a long time. I have a YouTube channel that I haven't touched. I haven't.
Explain to me what burnout means to you. Tell me what burnout means to you. When you said you were doing TikToks and then you got burnt out, what does that mean? Does that mean you ran out of stuff to say, or like you physically just don't want, like, what does that mean?
It's like, yes, it's like I get overwhelmed mentally, so overwhelmed and tired that I just need like a break off from doing that thing. But then also, like, when I'm trying to think of something else, I'm a pretty creative person. I know that I can create. But then when at the moment to do it, it's like I go blank. I feel like all over the place, and when I'm all over the place, I hate it with passion. I can't do anything. I need order, and since I'm the one who needs to put the order, and I'm not doing it, and I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling, then nothing is happening. If that makes any sense.
It does. This is why I say y'all are it's always us. We're the only ones standing in our own way. You know that the order is going to come from you. You know that this business is an option for you, because when you're at work, you don't have the luxury of saying, well, I'm overwhelmed and I'm going to go take a break, without either getting a pay cut or being reprimanded or whatever is going to happen. on the job, like, remember, and I mentioned this to you, there is no coach on this planet that can get you to put one foot in front of the other. It's going to come from you. I'm positive.
I'm just kidding.
I am positive.
Oh my goodness! Sometimes I think if I just can get somebody to okay, just tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do specifically. I'll do that one thing, and then I'm good. So like I have a coach for this is the year that I decided I'm going to reach my ideal weight, and it's not necessarily a number, but I am led every week, and I have like a course of action. And so that is, to me, that's easy because even when I don't want to do it, then I know the specific thing that I need to do.
Yep.
And then I just do it, and then that's it.
Right.
But then for these other stuff, it's whatever. It's anything I want to do, which could be so many different things.
Right, which can sometimes be the issue because there are so many different things, and it's like, which one do I pick?
I know. Like every morning when I do my devotion, I feel like I get content. Like there's so many things throughout the day in the week that I feel, oh my God, I could do a post about that. But then when it comes to the moment of taking the action, I still feel that there's so many different options, then nothing happens. Yeah.
I don't know. There's several different things. You got to make a decision. You got to just do it. I mean,
right.
God forbid if you lost your job, then you would go 10 toes into this business, and then it would be really crazy because then you'd have to do these things with the intention of, so sometimes it's, wanting to do something before we have to do it. And also, too, Nora, take some time and think about not yourself, but think about the people that you believe that God has called you to serve. Because if you listen, a lot of this has been about you. I feel overwhelmed. I'm this, I'm that. What about the people that you've been called to help and serve? What about them?
Right. You know what God has been ministering to me? To finish things.
Yeah, being a finisher.
Yep. Be a finisher.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, there is no that will get you to put one foot in front of the other. I wanted to say something if Nora's done talking. Real quick.
Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Oh, okay, Nora. That was me. Everything that you said was so relatable to me. And I'm gonna just tell you what I had to do with my many meetings with God. One of the first things I had to do, I had to get clear on my vision. And then I had to pick one platform because I heard you say that you're on TikTok, you're on YouTube, you're on this, you're on that. Yeah, pick one and master that one and then go to the next one. And you really have to know kind of like your niche, like your gift. Like I don't like talking like out loud. I tried YouTube, it just didn't work for me. And the only reason I really tried it because everybody else was doing it, so I just thought, well, it'll work for me. I don't like it. I'm more so of behind the laptop. I can create the content and then I can put it out there. And the platform that worked for me selling courses is Etsy. Because on Etsy, I can create content. I'm not seen. I can just type it up, put it out there, put a price on it, and boom, bam. And I made like 2 sales. And I'm not worried about all the other platforms. And what I did, even though I paid money for like the website and other stuff on Facebook, I deleted those accounts. So I wouldn't even be distracted to go back to see what's going on, who commented, who liked this post. I just shut it down. And I just want to master that because where I am now financially, I'm not happy with it. It's okay, but it's going to be better. And this time next year, I don't want to be here. So I had to put my foot in my own butt and, you know, really buckle down and get to it. And I got discouraged sometimes when I would, like, look at other people's stuff and be like, oh, how they doing this? And they ain't making no sales and this and that. So I just stopped.
Yep.
I just put myself on a social media detox and handle my own business. And that worked for me because you sounded just like me. Like, seriously. I'm trying to do too much, and I shut it down. And now I'm not stressed. I'm comfortable. I'm clear. It's making sense. And I created another study guide today and put it on Etsy because that's the only thing I'm focusing on is on Etsy.
Is this Tina?
So, hi, Tamara.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
I love it. Wow.
Yeah, when she was talking, I was like, oh, my God, that it was me. That was so relatable.
But you know what? That takes courage to do what you did, to actually shut some things down and focus on that. That takes courage because we don't want to let nothing go.
Right, and I lost money. I had to pay people to create this stuff, but it wasn't working. I was all over the place, and I couldn't focus. So I focused on one. I deleted all that crap, and I just took and I'm still on a little social media detox. If I go on there, I go on there for what I need to see, for me, and I'm off of it less than 5 minutes. Click, click, boom, boom, done. Wow. And I just had to put my big girl panties on, as you say, and just, I had to shut it down. And it hurt because, like I said, that's money that I kind of wasted, but I think it's going to be greater later. So, Nora, you can do it. You just got to focus, girl. Just got to get that one thing, and focus on that one thing. Stop doubting yourself.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing, not the crazy thing, but the thing that, to be honest, the thing that makes me upset the most, is that she is so well branded. Her videos her YouTube channel looks amazing. Her content is amazing. Her editing, she is 10,000 steps ahead of so many people. And not that it's a race or we're trying to be ahead of somebody, but when I say 10,000 steps ahead of someone, when I get on the phone with people, sometimes I'm starting at ground zero as far as editing and all of that. So she knows all of that. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
That's her niche then.
You know what I'm
stick with it.
I'm going to get it with the Lord and let's get a little, get a little direction. Just take the time to do that.
Yes, because your content is amazing. You are bilingual. I know you've heard me talk several times to speak do your videos in both languages. Like, you have so much to offer. Really don't think about yourself, because sometimes that's our problem. That was my problem. That was my issue. I was thinking they're not going to like me because I didn't graduate. I didn't get a high school diploma. I. Never mind all of the stuff that I was able to, the goals and the things that I was able to accomplish and the wisdom that I had that I wanted to share. I had that at the same time when I was focusing on myself. Right? And that's when I stopped focusing on me. I actually just started I was just like, I feel bad for people. Like, I really started to feel bad for people. Like, when I would go to the grocery store or something and I would talk to the clerk and say, do you like your job? And she'd start whispering and she'd be, I hate it here and I can't stand my that pained me. That really made me sad, because I'm like, then why are you choosing to be here? And this is what I would be thinking in that moment. And this is when I had my cleaning business. I would be like, if I can do this, and I ain't even graduate high school, and I'm making $1,000 a week cleaning houses, that's not a bad payday. Why they can do it too? That's what I started thinking about. I started thinking about other people, and I felt like they were stuck. They didn't know that people would pay them to do what they love to do. They were getting paid to do what somebody told them to do. That started bothering me, and I started thinking about the people more than I started thinking about myself. And that's when I was really able to get in front of the camera and deliver my message, because I made it no longer about myself. It was no longer about me or what I look like or what I did. And I spoke sick. So then you go to the natural thing, being practical. Okay, I had confidence issues. I didn't like my body, so I started working out. I didn't like my teeth. I smoked cigarettes for years. I went and got them professionally whitened. Like, there are some things that I you do because it's like, this is what God is calling me to do. And if I don't like what I'm seeing in the mirror, then I'm going to fix that. If I don't like how I'm talking, I'm going to read some more books. Like, you got to do what you got to do to make it happen, but you got to stop thinking about yourself. That is going to be a major piece.
Yeah, I try to live by that, what you just said.
Yes.
It's not about me. It's about the people that you're called to serve. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about the people you're called to serve. And that's what keeps me going, keep typing up this stuff, and my wrist hurting because it makes me feel good when somebody's like, oh, my God, I couldn't do it. Thank you for putting this out. Oh, I needed that. Can I download it? You sure can. Yep. And I give away a lot of stuff for free. But it's value because I'm working toward the greater good to have my own school or my own learning thingamajigam. So I have to give away a lot of free content so people can.
Wait a minute, hold up, say that last part again. You gotta give away what?
A lot of free content.
A lot of free content.
A lot. A lot and a lot of time.
Oh, I'm so glad that you said that, and I'm so glad that you expressed it like that. Because here's the thing. Iyanla, guess what she's still doing? Giving out free content.
Yeah.
She's still, it is for the, so this is what trips me up. This is what gets my panties in a bunch, right? When people say to me, well, Angel, I taught the class and only a couple people showed up, so I stopped.
No,
what?
Keep going.
This has to be for the duration of your business, like forever. When you start, like, you just, it's a part of the business. Imagine if Target, like, shut down half of their registers. Like, that's what that's like. Like, it's for the duration of the business. You do it until. Like, that's just what it is. Newsletters. Oprah still sending that's what you have to give free content. You just do. Yes. I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you understand that.
I try to offer value because in a few months, when that school or when I announce, make a big reveal, some of them, you trust me, right?
Yeah, exact. Yes. Oh, I love it. You got it. Yes, exactly. Exactly, because you've been giving out all of that value, and then here you are. When you open up for sale to sell something, that's when the floodgates are like, yes.
Yeah.
I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for calling in tonight.
Thank you.
I have absolutely. I appreciate you guys taking this time out of your day. Again, like I said, if you guys got anything from tonight's call, please head over to my last Instagram post. Let me know what you guys were able to take away from tonight's call. You guys, go be amazing. Tonight's lesson is we are too smart to be the only ones standing in our own way. That's tonight's message. I want you guys to repeat that over and over again, and also repeat, it's not about me. You guys have an amazing night, and God willing, I'll see you guys in the classroom next week. Good night.
Bye.
To receive more information about additional products by Angel Richardson or engage her for seminars or women's conferences, please visit www.angelrichardson.com.